Silver Fox to Red Dragon.
Go for Red Dragon.
Testing will commence in T-minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Confirming nuclear test a go.
Hey, welcome back to Misty and Ike, everybody.
Hey there.
Guess what day it is?
It's National Near Miss Day.
National Near Miss Day. And then it's, for some reason, we look on the calendar of on this day in history, and 6 or 7 different times,
the
United States tested nuclear weapons, nuclear
weapons,
nuclear abilities in the Nevada desert.
Yeah, on this specific day.
Yeah, and a couple of days to the left and right over the years.
Right.
So left and right of the calendar.
So we're going to talk about it.
Yeah, we're going to blow this one up.
Oh, I see what you did there.
This episode's going to be the bomb.
This episode is brought to you by bomb.com.
Oh! Roll that intro music.
I'm Misty.
And I'm Ike.
For the next 15 minutes,
We're going to debate pop culture.
my background's in music.
My background's in film.
I know the topics beforehand.
And I don't.
We check the internet for the facts.
And ruin it with opinions.
From pop rocks in your lunchbox.
To Happy Meal toys and swatch clocks. Ba-ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Da, da, da,
Da-da-da-da. I cut most of that out. And then I leave the part in where I say I cut most of that out. And we're back.
All right.
It's pretty clear what we're going to talk about today.
What's that?
Nuclear
Energy.
Nuclear.
So in 1970, 73, 78, and 85, we did nuclear testing in Nevada on this exact day in those years. That's weird to me. Like there has to be something about this specific day.
Yeah.
That is why they always do it. Or this specific week. Because there are also a couple more years that they did it, within a couple days of this day.
Man, I just got really uncomfortable.
Why?
Because I just found out how close to Vegas this nuclear testing site is. Mm-hmm. The Nevada National Security Site, known as the Nevada Test Site until August 23rd, 2010, is a United States Department of Energy reservation located southeastern Nye County, Nevada, which is only 65 miles northwest of the city of Las Vegas.
Yeah. Do you know how many tests they've done there?
In total?
Yeah.
Oh, I actually do. I just saw it.
928
tests.
That's
ridiculous.
So how is it that Nevada is not like glowing like a flashlight?
Right. I wonder why I always feel better when I go to Vegas.
You don't.
Radiate.
Yeah.
All right, let's do the math. Where's my calc?
Okay.
It's still got yesterday's 82,000 visitors to Niagara Falls. 928.
The first test happened in 1955.
I got 51 on Wikipedia.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. You're correct.
Well, how many years is that? 2021 minus 1951 equals 70 years.
Okay.
Right? So 928 divided by 70. I wonder when the last one was. We could go watch it.
I have a list of them.
It's been 13.25 times per year.
Yeah.
That they're blowing up nuclear stuff in the desert.
Right.
I bet it was a lot more in the 50s and 60s than it is now.
Absolutely, because it was new. Mm-hmm. They needed to F with it and, see what they could do.
Oh, we're watching our language today.
Sometimes,
This episode's brought to you by kids. Do you know how many square miles the nuclear testing site is?
I don't.
1,351 square miles.
All right. So that's a good amount of space.
Yeah.
To do these tests in. Wow. So between 1945 and 1992, they did 1,032 tests. So actually, if you extend the years, there's more tests.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this says that they actually started in 1945.
Dude, this other website says over 2,000 plus nuclear tests have been
Well,
conducted.
that's because they also do testing in Alaska and Colorado and Mississippi and New Mexico and in the Pacific Ocean.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't finish. Yeah. By the end of World War II, that's including the U.S., Russia, and 6 other countries.
Oh, gotcha.
Pays to keep on reading.
Why do we nuclear bomb the Pacific Ocean? Leave the oceans alone.
There's a spot off of, I think it's France or something, and they drop bombs over there all the time. I'm gonna find the calendar or the map and that plays that little video of all the bombs that have gone off.
Right.
Map of all nuclear.
So while you're looking that up, I'm going to tell you most of these tests happen underground.
Oh, really?
Yes. So technically, like if you go out there now and you were to do like, radiation test and whatever on the ground, you definitely still find it, but they do them underground so that it doesn't permeate the air and that radiation doesn't move through the air. So they blow up under the ground.
There are a couple of videos that can show you all of. It's an audiovisual collective based in all of the nuclear explosions since 1945 on a map in a 3-minute video on theguardian.com.
I was going to say, where would somebody find that? Because you can't show it, but they can go look it up. And it's I've actually watched it before. It's real weird.
Yeah. Well, there's 2 other super long ones that are 14 minutes.
Yeah. No, I'm more into the 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Give it to me quick.
The 14-minute one has got better color graphics on it.
Right.
But that's on YouTube under A Concerned Human, if you look up A Concerned Human on YouTube. But, dude, that's nuts to watch them all go off. It's like a fireworks show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I was reading about all of this is that now they've decided that it's a bad idea to detonate these underground sites because then it also affects the groundwater. Did we not think about that before?
You're dead.
Where did water come from?
Well, you know how
where's the water around this place? Are we gonna radiate it?
Speaking of which, guess how many gallons of water have been contaminated by radiation from the below ground tests?
How much? I don't even want to know. Like, this is gonna be painful to my heart.
It's gonna hurt. 1.6 trillion gallons just at the Nevada site. 1.6 trillion.
1.6 trillion.
Yeah, but if we think of it in terms of Niagara Falls, which we know collectively has 750,000 gallons a second, how long would that take to get to 1.6 trillion? Too much math for a Tuesday.
Too much math for Misty.
Oh, here's something interesting.
I don't math good.
28 years have passed since the United States placed a moratorium on nuclear testing. So when was this written? Oh, it couldn't have been written today. March 12th, 2021.
What?
What? This is VegasSun.com in the news. This was August 9th, 2020, right? Okay. So it's been 29 years.
Okay.
28 and a half years since they've dropped a bomb, which means...
Drop the bomb on me.
That means...
Drop the bomb on... Sorry.
28 years ago, it wasn't the bombs per year we calculated because they stopped 28 years ago.
Yeah.
It's 928 divided by...
1992, right, is when they stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Because math. But if it was 70 years, right? Mm-hmm. And then we subtract perhaps.
28, so that makes it even more.
Yeah, 70 gross. Minus 28
this is stressing me out.
42, and then it's 42 years, so then 928 divided by 42 equals, they were dropping 22 nuclear bombs a year out there.
This is very stressful.
Nuts, dude.
This is a lot.
Now, is it any coincidence that the year they stopped dropping those bombs, Vegas built the new strip? 91. They built.
Wow!
Yeah, they built Mandalay Bay. They built New York, the Luxor, and Excalibur, all within like 91 to 93.
Why do you think that would be? Do you think it would be because the developers were like, okay, there's not a fear of the ground being unstable, or
maybe, or
what do you think?
Old Vegas is so much further. It's another 10 miles, right?
So maybe they were like, this already has all the radioactive crap in it. Let's build New Vegas that's not glowing.
Yep. Maybe they're like, let's get this land all cheap because it's so close to a nuclear testing site. Bruh.
Whoa.
I think we just uncovered like
a major conspiracy theory.
Yeah. What if all of a
like
sudden
massive.
What if all of a sudden a red dot just appeared?
Right?
And we just got assassinated.
Oh my God. That would not be awesome at all.
Let's practice.
I don't want to get assassinated.
Let's practice faking our deaths in case they miss.
I think that we probably should.
Ready? You can't laugh when you're dead.
I'm sorry, I can't not laugh when things like that happen.
We're dead.
I'm like an awkward laugher. When I'm not supposed to laugh is when I laugh the most.
Wow, this one, oh boy, I can't say that.
Okay, I have questions.
Answers.
Okay, so you and I both may or may not have traveled to the vicinity of Area 51.
I can't confirm or deny that.
Do you think that they nuclear test there?
No.
Okay.
The reason I don't think that they would test there is because I think that there are things that have happened or sightings or landings that have happened in Area 51.
Mm-hmm. That they've taken things from other landings and sightings there.
They don't work out of Area 51 anymore. This is a whole nother episode.
Right.
Is Area 52? Is Area 53?
Right. There's actually areas 1 through 54 now, as I was looking. But all of those areas are listed in the nuclear testing.
Yeah.
So that's why I was very intrigued.
Modern.
Sorry.
No, go ahead. I was just going to do another fact. What do you got?
Well, I did find out. I did just was able to click on something that did tell me that the atmospheric testing stopped in 1963. So the above ground. They stopped doing the above ground in 1963, and that's when they moved it all below ground.
Yeah. Well, now modern supercomputers and physics equipment have made live testing unnecessary. They can do
they can do
computer
simulations.
models.
Yeah. Totally.
This is a simulation.
We are in the simulation.
We are in a simulation. This is so
There's
weird.
A glitch in the matrix.
This article just it starts with a number and then explains what the number is.
Okay.
Like the first number is 75, which is years ago to the day when the last atomic bomb was dropped in anger, right?
Right.
And then it goes on to do, the number of detonations, number of above ground detonations, which only was 100.
Yeah.
65 miles. And it goes all the way down to the end where it just throws some shade. It goes 0, number of detonations needed to ensure the stockpiled nuclear weapons are safe. 0, number of Southern Nevada congressional delegates who support resumption of nuclear testing at the site. 0, number of tests that would be allowed at the site under legislation introduced by Titus and recently approved by the House. 0, the number of reasons we can find to support Trump's plan. But
I have a question.
It doesn't say what Trump's plan is for it.
Because you're the mather.
Yeah.
How many miles is 500 kilometers?
4 something. Let's do a conversion. Kilometers to miles.
500 kilometers.
500 kilometers. It's 310.686.
You can hear a nuclear nuclear bomb 310 miles away.
Now that's interesting because from when I lived in the valley to the front door of the Monte Carlo, which is now the MGM, was 278 miles. And I don't think I've lived out here when they ever did any testing. That's when they did.
I would also assume that sound waves have to do with that. Yeah, that's above ground. So they stopped doing that in the 60s. So you wouldn't have heard it.
Yeah. If something was that loud, though, don't you think the people within the closer vicinity to it would like blow their eardrums out?
No, because the atmospheric, it's going up and out, and the sound waves are dispersing the minute that it blows. So you're not getting like actual impact instantly of the blow up.
Have you ever seen those cool test videos where they like have a camera in like a cement bunker looking
Yeah.
out of a window, and then
Yeah.
the house and the trees all blow back? Mm-hmm. That's nuts.
Well, and that's so I don't know why this popped up when I started Googling, but there is this huge thing about George Lucas. Apparently, in Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, he had Indiana hide in a refrigerator
Right.
to protect himself from the atomic bombs.
Yeah.
So that actually started an entire like list of, you know, like Mythbusters people kind of trying to see if that would work. And it doesn't.
It doesn't.
No, you cannot hide inside of a fridge to protect yourself from an atomic bomb.
I think there's got to be a range, though. Like at a certain mileage range, yes.
Oh,
the
yeah.
refrigerator would
Yeah,
help you,
totally.
But if you're within a mile, you
Right.
nothing. It's going to
Right.
obliterate everything.
Right.
But that is 15 minutes on Nevada's.
I learned so much.
Me too.
Like, and I'm real glad we don't do that anymore. Let's just
too.
not ever do that again.
I'm glad we didn't Google who still does it.
I don't want to know. I some things I'm happier burying my head in the sand, and that's one of them.
And nuclear weapons in the sand.
And nuclear weapons should all be buried in the sand.
All right. Well, we hope you learned some about nuclear testing in Nevada, and we'll see you in Vegas, everybody.
Okay, bye.
Bye.